Hello? Okay, let's see. Let's find some nice music to start off with. Or sound effects. Very nice and common. Alright. Still getting things set up here, but yep. I guess I should say before we start, this is the Sivir stream that we're doing, because she was the most popular on this week's poll. Does anyone even play her? I don't really see her all that often, if I'm being honest, but I'm not too sure. She's her only claim to fame is having a spell shield. And I did a bunch of research for her in the days leading up to this, because I seriously didn't know quite anything about her, if I'm being real. I guess the region in general, Shurima is overtaken by a lot of other much cooler events. Why would you care about a kingdom that's, dead when there's a bunch of void monsters or some shit, right? It's just strange in general. I think that the main thing is Sivir's honestly quite boring as a character design. I think that, well, we're gonna talk a lot about Samira today, because this time it's actually warranted. But yeah, her and Samira have a lot of different, very, well, not different per se, but what the fuck is the word? They both do the same. They do the same job essentially. They're both bounty hunters, right? Whereas Samira's concerned with style, Sivir's only in it for the money, and she's not too keen to be tied back to all this Shurima nonsense either, actually. Okay, well, we are going to do Sivir today. Her only claim to fame, really, is having a spell shield. She's essentially a bounty hunter from the sandy land of Shurima, right? And honestly, it's sh Personally, I think it's a bit lame. Uh, well, I like that they enlarged her cowl, but like everything else about her is kind of weird. So we're going to make some changes to her today. It's gonna be a fun redesign video. uh, so that'll be fun, right? Uh, her in-game model is just showing its age. Her weapon is pretty cool, and it's been able to do a lot of cool things for her in terms of skins, but like other than her like boomerang blank is like so strange. It. What do you mean weird anime style? Uh, you'll have to send me a picture of what you're talking about. Maybe I'll see itself. Because I know that some of these are just older drawings of her, and others are from the card game and stuff like that. I actually quite like her personality within the Legends of Runeterra games. But, like, you know, for being a champion called the Battle Mistress, she doesn't really fit it all that well. She's not concerned with a grand destiny or, like, anything all that important. She's only here to, like, get paid like a good bounty hunter should be, essentially. That's her whole shtick. So, we're probably gonna do a lot of time sketching here, actually. Because I've got an idea in my head of what I want to do for her. And it's mostly just that she's not really covered up. Okay, I'll see that. Here. For oh, what the fuck is that? I think that's just fan art. Well, bad fan art. Because that's not what she looks like. In any of her incarnations, actually. She doesn't have any of these things. Nor does she look like she's remotely from Shurima either. Where this looks, what you've sent me looks a lot more Demacian or Piltovan. Especially her weapon reads very Hex-Tech. So it's probably early fan art of the character. She's been in the game for a very long time. So, you know, it's all quite different. So let's get into how she should, well, in her base incarnations look. Here. This is what Sivir looks like. Her model and her most recent incarnation, which happens to be in Legends of Runeterra. Because we don't have a Wild Rift, we don't have a Wild Rift version of her. It might just be... And skins don't really affect the champion too much, unless it's supposed to be, you know, canonical. In which case, you know, that it's strange. But, you know, it has to... Okay, yeah. So you've pulled up a picture of basically Warrior Princess Sivir, which is a legacy skin. So this is a very, very old skin that I don't think you can even get anymore. But it shows her inspiration very clearly, which is Xena, Warrior Princess. Because Sivir is directly related to Azir. Essentially, she's Azir's great great granddaughter. And not usually. I mean, sometimes it would look like that, but most of the time it would look worse. Is the best way to put it. Alright. So, yeah, it's strange because splash arts tend to be, worked on by multiple different people. Oftentimes, old splash arts would do this thing where they would just take the base model or whatever and just glue it on to whatever. Well, they would take the model and basically just paste it over like a sky background or something. Anyway, for Sivir, I want her to be more of a opposite to Samira. Even though both of them are queens, it's essentially, but you know. That was a fun. Yeah, her boob in that splash art is very. Maybe it was awareness for that, but I'm not sure. Also, welcome, Golden, to the stream. I'm gonna be talking about Sivir this time because, well, I mean, Sivir and Samira are both very similar characters, as I said. So, we're basically gonna go off that. The main thing about Sivir's design is that she really doesn't dress appropriately for the setting she's in. She looks way too much like a princess, despite her not wanting to appear like that. And, it's just all over the place. And you might be saying, meta, aren't deserts hot? Shouldn't people be wearing less clothing? And the answer is, if you've seen literally any, Middle Eastern country, or even North African, for that matter, they wear, protection from the sun because it's, the fucking worst. So, cloaks and that kind of thing would be the main thing that they wear. Well, that and for religious reasons, which really this fictional country doesn't have, but it's still, a good baseline to go off of. Like, also, like, the stupid flap here is, like, really bothering me. Like, in no context would this be, like, adequate protection for literally anything. And it would only weigh you down if you were going for a more gymnast type feel. And it looks kind of stupid in game, too. I like that in more recent incarnations, she's been given proper things like tanned, darker skin, and she tends to have, like, muscle to her, but, yeah. And, listen, I mean, like, Sivir fans only have their, they only have their spell shield that they have. Anyway, Um, so when I'm talking about incarnations specifically, I'm really referring to the game states that like League has been over the years, essentially. So, any like skins that this character's had, any like updates to her design, any of that would fall under an incarnation. Uh, and she kind of sucks all around. Um, Also, despite one of her major lore things being that she got cut in the middle, she got cut fucking here across the goddamn stomach. She never had like battle scars or anything like that. And yeah, Sivir as a champion is very much just a stat checker. She's one of the few left in the game, and it's not really fun. It's the same basic gameplay that we've had for basically years. But we're not really focusing on gameplay, are we? I mean, I can't go over to Riot and go, hey, maybe you should, like, have the boomerang be more fun. Me when I when I right click on the enemy and run slightly faster. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna base this off of Samira's um, whole character design, which because I think that they make two interesting counterpoints as characters. Because, you know, Samira is very much about the show of it all, where Sivir's in it for money. And yes, her passive is just move quicker. It's it's basically it's basically Teemo's move quickly, but in a passive. But seriously, it's stupid as fuck. I mean, you know, Teemo himself really should get an update. He's, you know, kind of Riot's, you know, mascot per se, but his model is one of the most atrocious things about this game. It's just the priorities they have of like giving misfortune. So basically what they did in Wild Rift or whatever is that they gave misfortune heals. And that wouldn't be a problem, right? But this is a skin that we're talking about, and it's Lunar Beast Misfortune, which is a great skin besides that point, but everything else, like, about it, well, like, the thing that makes me a little angry, a little pissed off, is that she has roller skates on, but they decided that wasn't hard enough to move in, so they're like roller skate heel hybrids. And that, like, it's not like an incline, like, the. It's like if you pasted a fucking heel and then attached wheels to it. What? Guys, we just. I guess Riot just really hates women's feet, is really the lesson you've got to learn from this whole thing. They are literally Heelys. And like I really fucking like her skin in that game and stuff like that. It's just God, why the fuck would you do that? Ooh. Anyway, I'm gonna give Sivir more muscle definition and more scars on her. But yeah, I also kind of want to focus in on some other themes with her. Because Azir is a very fun, like, character design in general. And, you know, she's literally his greatest granddaughter. That's what he calls her. I really like Legends of Runeterra interactions with them. It's very, very cute. Because essentially, Sivir's running away from both her enemies and Azir's honest attempts to adopt her. Like, they basically make Azir in this game like basically a grandpa. Uh, it's kind of like um, if this only makes sense to like one person in here, but like if Isak was an emperor instead of a priest, that's his whole vibe, which is really, really, really funny. For context, Isak is our party's cleric who basically is a mummy, essentially. It's all very cool, like, lore-wise for that. But anyway, would you ever think that, like, you know, this space here would be, you know, called the Battle Mistress? Like, you would probably come up with a million other names or epithets for her before Battle Mistress. We don't, like, she's got dark hair and stuff like that, but nothing really else. Also, I like that in, like, what's it called? Her Eclipse skin. I don't like that she got it. I fucking hate that she got it. The legendary. But I like that they gave her, like, a hooked nose and stuff like that. I just hope that they won't pull, like, another Needly with her. Because, you know, race coding is a very real thing, and it happens all the goddamn time. Most Ionian champions are designed to be some form of Asian, and you can't take that coding from them. And Needly is the example where they kind of just do whatever they want with her. And, you know, in Sivir's base model, you don't really, you know, despite how non-covered up she is, she weirdly isn't all that tan despite being in a fucking desert. You know, like, no like sunspots, no freckles, no fucking nothing. And like, female champions, well, champions in general should, you know, have scars to them. Like, most of them are, you know, warriors and that kind of thing. And, you know, it's just, I guess it's just a bit tiring, you know, seeing it all play out like that. Like, Sivir and Zamira and a lot of Shuriman champions are technically supposed to be, you know, representation for people like me. But it kind of feels like a weird kind of joke, if I'm being honest. Like, is she supposed to be sexy? Like, Sivir is like a fine young woman, don't get me wrong, but this is very, very, like, plain sort of boring fan service if this was all you could do, you know? You get the underboob action and this weird flap. And then it also runs into, like, the weird connotation of, like, Amazon princess, that kind of shtick. Not really that fun of implications are had there, but I'm just glad that they're giving her more of, like, a personality, and, like, she actually does stuff to, like, further the narrative. Though, coming up with, like, the whole Void event that's definitely gonna come, I am very curious to see how Sivir even, reacts to the Void, because nowhere in there is she, like, concerned at all about it. It's all very strange. And, like, you can say that she's just, like, interested in money and that kind of thing. It's a fun character to be had, like, a fun character type where her main goal is to, like, do her job and, get out, but, she's just a weird Tomb Raider. We got no Lara Croft here. We only got Lara Croft at home. Ew. But, like, if you look up old splash arts of some characters, they are hardly recognizable. Like, if you take a look at any of Caitlyn's old skins, is, like, a prime example of that. And yes, having the me care about old, like, me caring only about money, sorry old man, should just be a shield to protect herself and that kind of thing. I think it would be an interesting way to, like, write the character and stuff like that. Because essentially, she's got, like, a very nerdy granddad that just wants to, like, relate to her and all that stuff. But it just kind of fails at it. Like, am I cool now, Shurima? And her voice line to him is, "You'll never be cool." And I really like her new voice actor in these clips, because it really gives off the confidence that she really needs for this character to work correctly. I want to give her a very confident kind of demeanor. She's... Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to give her a longer cloak. I don't want it to look too much like Talon's, though, because we do not respect Talon in this household. His model's fine. No, it isn't, but, fucking weirdo. And I don't know if I want to get rid of this shoulder guard or not. Because it's very Yasuo-like. And, I mean, like, he should remind you of any assassin, really. Talon is very much... the only fun thing about him is jumping over walls. You got your, essentially what you've got there is, a wrist blade and that kind of thing. A fun skin, actually, for, like, a Talon skin would be to try and make him into like the TF2 spy. Oh, also before like I go off to like visit my brother and stuff like that for like a few weeks, I want to stream at least one more time, and I'll actually tell you what the stream's about. It's essentially, I want to make a horror themed Yumi skin. Because, well, bewitching Yumi's cute and all that stuff. All we've got for Yumi is cute kind of skins. And I think that it would be like so much fun to like basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the joke of it's Yumi, she's a parasite, and I'm gonna take it very literally. Essentially, that's my plan. Because I think it could work. There's other horror themed skins, and I think that those are pretty fun, all things considered. We're gonna make Sivir hot here. Just a Skullgirl's parasite at that point. I mean, it wouldn't be that wrong, but you know, I want it to be more like an SCP Foundation type deal. I want Sivir to look hot, but like not in the way that she is right now. And I mean, like, there's taste involved in this too, but I think that having it all there would be, well, having it be more branched out is just a fun way of having it. And yes, Yumi is literally, you know, sucking the life out of you. I think it could be cool. I have to work on it a little bit. Because cats are kind of hard to make scary. Well, unless you're... Well, I mean, I'm not afraid of cats. I can't really speak for anyone that is. We're gonna keep Sivir's, like, gold and stuff like that. Because I think it's, like, a good, like, general definition for her character. But I don't want it to be the main thing. She's not supposed to be flashy or princess-like in any way. She's not, like, going to win a fashion competition. She's just here to be practical. And I actually do like the bandage thigh highs that they give her. I think it's like a fun way of incorporating like the whole like Tomb Raider type feel, essentially. You know, it's basically mummy wrappings. Also, happy Mother's Day for those that are a little ahead of us. Honestly, I should have thought of Set's mom beforehand so that I could have, you know, had like a character to post for Mother's Day. But, you know, you live and you let live. You live and you learn. I always forget what day it is. But I'm going to be excited to open up Twitter, let me tell you. League of MILFs. No. Main thing. Let's change to something else. Vibe music. Okay. This works, huh? Also, we don't really want Sivir to be wearing makeup, really. Maybe if I feel like it, we're gonna do a turnaround, but we're not really feeling like that. Well, I'm not feeling that. The main thing that keeps Sivir recognizable is her, weapon. But other than that, I feel like it should be free to change. She's like a cooler Yone, except we can't do the bandages all the way up to the boobs thing because uh, Twitch guidelines. We want her to look strong, thicken her out a bit. Shouldn't be afraid of that. And maybe under eye. I mean, yeah, that would kind of work for the setting. Because, I mean, dark, like, eye, like, spots and stuff like that are supposed to be good for the sun. But overall, She's off to steal your mother. But yeah, she's essentially a mercenary. That's what her character really boils down to at the end of the day. So we want like a good amount of like shiny stuff because she does like money. It's a main, like, that's her main personality trait. But we don't want her to read too much as a princess of sorts, because we're just going to be falling back on those things again, and that wouldn't be fun. I would do more ambitious poses, but, well, number one, this is supposed to be for a character outlining, not like a full, like, image, essentially. And also, like, that would take way too much time. And seeing Sivir interact with Talia would be really fun. I mean, like, overall, they should have done that already, to be quite honest, but they are, supposed to be, in some ways, leaders, and that kind of thing. Well, Sivir, like, literally interacting with, quite literally, any Shreeman champion would be fine. She doesn't really interact with anyone at all. I would love to see her interact with Samira, or, Nasus would be kind of fun, but not really. I'd like to see her, like, interact with, like, someone like Kaisa, or even, her father. Fuck, I forgot his fucking name. It'll come to me and then I'll feel stupid. Cassidon, there it is. I like what they did for his new splash art, though it's gonna be a little bit before we get any, good models for him. see. We can add some of the details that she's got onto other parts of her. So, like this belt pattern can be used as a belt pattern itself. And yes, Akshan really feels like they just threw him into the game. I mean, like, he's fun, don't get me wrong. I basically love, like, essentially a Bollywood movie star. And he's great representation, like, in general, but, like, none of his... He doesn't feel like he belongs in the world. Like, at first, when I looked at him, I thought that he was, like, somewhat of, like, a rogue Avenger type, where he swings in and kills, like, Shuriman nobles and that kind of thing. But after I, like, figured out that he was entirely made up for the Sentinels of Light thing, I'm just honestly more confused than when I first started out with that, wrong assumption. Which isn't, the greatest thing that you could do. Also, it's weird to talk about Shurima because it's no longer a country, but the entire continent was Shurima, so it is, the continent is Shurima. And there's also a nation called Shurima that died, and that kind of thing. And yes, Akshan is, well, he is kind of like a Bollywood Jesus. Like, his whole revive thing should be more, I don't know, significant, but it isn't. Like, if you just got rid of that thing about him, then it would probably make a lot more sense from, like, a story perspective, but, like, not from the actual, Sentinel story, which is kind of weird to explain. But that whole thing was just kind of weird. Sure, I loved, like, the Graves voice lines that we got for it and stuff like that, but it fucked over a ton of characters, and then we also made new characters, and a lot of them were fucking fantastic, if I'm being real. But a lot of them also just don't really need to be in the fucking game. Like, Vex, great. She's a very solid concept by herself. Like, you could easily take away, like, the ruination and all that stuff, and she would still make at least some plausible sense within this whole context. And Viego is kind of the same way. But Akshan is just such a, like, he's so fucking weird, man. Let's see. We're gonna go and tone this down, and I'm gonna be right back. So enjoy the AFK screen and some good beats. Just chill out here for a second. I'll be back. Oh shit. Don't worry about that. Oh, okay. Let's see if this is still good. Let me do this. All right. Back in. Sorry about that. Timing. This Sivir looks like she has pronouns. Someday we will become little menaces to this platform. Hopefully. We could even get maybe a partner? Well, no. Well, yeah, I would like a partnership, obviously, but, like, it would be so cool if Riot actually gave, league partnership to, artists, too. Let's see. These boots are made for walking. Walking here. Really, what the problem was in general league terms is that, they kind of just put a bunch of random ideas together and now they've got to, like, stitch it into a world, essentially. And they've done a good job, but a lot of the ends tend to get loose. Ah. Yeah, it's just, I mean, art's just a hard job in general. Like, because you basically have to keep on advocating for yourself over and over again. I kind of feel bad whenever I, like, retweet my art for, like, the 50th time that day, but, like, I want to make sure that, you know, my audience actually sees what I'm, you know, making. I don't, like, it takes a lot of time and effort to, you know, make drawings and that kind of thing. And, animators have it even worse. It's just that, you know, art isn't as, you know, monetizable, even though it's usually the backbone for most fandoms out there. Like, you know, fandoms would kind of be dead without fan art to keep going. I mean, it depends on, you know, how, you know, frequently they, you know, update the games and stuff like that. But long, like, complete and finished games often still maintain relevance through, you know, its community and artists itself. And, you know, it's hard to sustain, you know, art in general. And, you know, I'm just happy that I even have this amount of people, you know, tuning in to watch me. You know, with art, it's kind of, when it comes to, like, online creatorship and all that, it's kind of a shot in the dark whether or not something will get popular or not. I mean, sure, you can do something technically impressive or whatever, but that won't ever get as many likes as a stupid fucking meme or whatever. Because people well, they just tend to, retweet and, engage with something funnier. Which is, kind of sad that, like, something I made in, like, 15 seconds, does way better than drawings I've spent, like, hours on. But, that's just kind of how things are. And, you can't control an audience, and neither would I really want to. Kind of be a bit, intense, but, you're seeing, this whole media thing, in its beginning stages. Because I do plan on, like, trying to at least get to partner or something like that. But I know that, like, as soon as I stream games or something like that, way more people would, come in and view that. I mean, like, speed paints and that kind of thing are just not in everybody's idea of entertainment. Nor, like, should it be, that kind of thing. Just kind of happens to be that way. And it is up to companies and community leaders to help support people who make its audience and stuff like that. Maybe if I get real lucky, I'll get, like, I guess not lucky's the word, but, if I try hard enough, I could probably, manage to get to some kind of position within, Riot, but, I don't know. It's always scary to, also work under a company. I mean, like, I really do hate being an entrepreneur right now. I'd rather, be under a company than anything else. But still, it's always the freedom you're missing out on. And also, it's just like a stressful job in general. Anyway, let's see. Sivir is... she's something alright. And, I mean, I'm just glad that people are here watching. We're gonna make it to, like, affiliate pretty soon, which is gonna be pretty huge. I still need, like, a ton more fucking subscribers or whatever. I think I need, like, 50 or whatever. But eventually, maybe I'll make some kind of substantial thing on this. But who knows? I don't typically get all that many commissions, even though I work pretty fast. There's always a market out there, but it's just hard to, find it. So I guess right now, if you want me to draw a specific thing or whatever, you could probably go to my commissions page and see what kind of rates you're willing to settle on for that kind of thing. Though, yeah, it's all up to the individual. I like doing these redesigns and stuff like that, and maybe I'll branch out into other things. Like, sometimes, I'm not really a big fan of Ruby, but that might be fun to redesign some of the characters in that. I've got other stream ideas in mind, but for right now, I just like sticking with the polls that we've got going on. Mostly because it keeps me up, well, it keeps me regular about it. It's one of my favorite things, regularity. Which is weird because I'm a fucking crazy person. But routine's the one thing that makes me feel good. Like, the most out of anything, really. What the fuck was that? Ouch. Routine's nice, schedules, yeah, they're hard. It's mostly just a case of things don't exactly go to plan and stuff like that. I have a list of things that I want to do across, like, the entire day, stuff like that. And then, like, basically they're little things that, like, suggestions for myself when I get to them. And I think that works pretty well for my whole schedule type deal. But, you know, it's not like other people don't have their own ways of going about it and that kind of thing. It's just my method of doing it, and it works for me. Well, I mean, it kind of works. I like being a menace to society. I mean, that's it, really. I don't like touching grass. I like that it's rainy out as of recently. So that's pretty good. Kim Possible. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. Let's see. I mean, there's other hobbies that I like enjoy and stuff like that. Like, I enjoy baking and all that. And yes, if someone tells me that they don't like rain or wind or something, it is kind of like a weird trait to have. Maybe it's just because I don't like the sun all that much or something like that. But like, I just don't really understand. I understand, like, not like wanting to be caught in the rain, or like not liking wind if you're underprepared for it, like you don't have a jacket or something, but just hating it, like, in principle it's strange to me, honestly. Yeah, it is. The sun makes things way too washed out. And, you know, it can be fun in, like, video games. Like, I like the washed out aspect of the summer afternoons in Splatoon. But I rather prefer, like, night backdrops and everything like that. My favorite background colors usually are like some form of purple gray or blue gray, really, because they're just nice colors, and they're pretty neutral with everything else, so I just tend to use them. I like nightscapes way too fucking much, but they're just so fun, you know? I want to do like an entire campaign or whatever, like D&D campaign, like where I have this whole like concrete jungle of a place where it's like always it's a bit nighttime, and like the like people are fighting for turf and that kind of thing. It makes more sense when I've like got my notes in front of me and all that, but it's not that important. Also, I am making Godzilla and Miko. I like that Leak has so many fucking lesbians in it. Like, it's kind of ridiculous, honestly, how many lesbians there are. And I'm glad that they are not, like, completely all the same. Stuff like that. But, you know, it's still weird that they won't confirm that Graves and, like, and Twisted Fate are in a relationship. Like, everyone fucking knows it. Just say it, you know? That's all you have to do. I get, like, that Tencent is kind of, you know, controlling everything or whatever. But it's, like, the most obvious thing in the goddamn world. Just, like, make it canon. Rip that Band-Aid right off. The only time you like clear sky weather is at night, because the sun doesn't usually go down where you live. That's pretty interesting. Do you live farther up north or something like that? I mean, and yes, like, Riot, like, I think what they were going for with the whole Graves Vayne thing was that Graves is, like, a really fucking annoying, like, friend slash, like, older brother figure that, like, gets drunk or something like that. And that, like, Vayne is, like, a weird, like, emo sister slash aunt slash whatever slash friend. Like, that's what it seems to be. Because Vayne doesn't have any voice lines back to him or whatever, so we don't really exactly know the full dynamic. But I think that they're fun. Like, the Sentinel Graveskin is fun. I mean, that's pretty cool. Northwest Canada. I mean, I'd like to visit Canada, like, literally at all, but, you know. Hello, Friar. I don't... Yeah, I mean... The Senate does say that, I mean, like, lesbian relationships in general are just easier for people to swallow, apparently. I mean, first of all, straight men, you know, dig it because it's, well, if you know, search lesbians, even, like, on Reddit, the first thing that comes up is, you know, the first thing that comes up is porn, which is, you know, a really good indicator to find out how, you know, marginalized your community is when it's literally a tag on a porn site. But yeah, I mean, like, I think that lesbian relationships are just easier to sell to people because it's considered more pure in a way, which is really fucking weird to like think about, but it's true that people aren't as threatened by like two women kissing as like two men kissing. Which is such a weird double standard, but you know, like I'm happy for the lesbian relationships we do see. And yes, canon, I mean, like, Lee Sin and Udyr, when the weird rework is out, like, they literally fucking met each other in, like, canon. That's literally what fucking happened. But we'll honestly have to see when the voice lines come out. I don't even know who, like, I do know that they have a voice actor for Udyr, but I'm not sure how many lines they're gonna be producing for him. I hope for, like, a lot of, like, special interactions. I will kill someone if, like, Udyr does not interact with Sejuani. That's literally his goddamn daughter. Are you kidding me? And, yeah. Udyr is very, very much, like, entangled with Lee Sin as a character. It doesn't really make sense if they, you know, completely... I mean, I guess they could try and, like, overhaul his entire character, but that wouldn't be smart. I would go for a story progression character, more like. Also, it's kind of funny that, like, Sejuani has two dads, essentially. I don't really draw people from Ionia or the Freljord for that matter. Yeah, I mean, if we whine loud enough for, you know, complain loud enough, they'll hear us eventually. I mean, like, we finally are getting an Aurelian gameplay rework, which is, you know, so deserved. Like, god damn it. He's so cool, and his gameplay is literally fucking garbage. It's just not, it's not a fun look. But, you know. I just hope that they, like, you know, treat their own characters with more respect. Because, like, I'm still not over what fucking happened between Misfortune and Pike. Like, they literally took, like, both character arcs that were, like, introduced in the Ruined King game, and they spat right on it. It is so it's insulting, really. Like, Pike's whole thing is that he's finally starting to, like, make choices for himself and that kind of thing. But no, it's just, like, another form of hypnotism magic. Fucking bullshit. And, yeah, I mean, like, Riot hasn't given us very... Well, they have given... Well, I mean, they've given us a bit of canon Graves in TF, but, like, it's not really ever directly stated in a way. So it's kind of like a weird way of, like, skimming past the censors, I guess. I don't really know Riot's plan for that. But, like, I really do like their voice lines. I mean, like, I just praise Legends of Runeterra every fucking day of the week, man. I hope Samira is in the game soon. I fucking love that. I love that woman so goddamn much. Also, give Vhagar more voice lines. He deserves them all. Like, I don't really care about other champions all that much. The only thing that matters is... the only thing that matters is Vhagar. They do need to give us Tayari in League soon. He really deserves more than his 2 polygon count model. He needs so goddamn much. Like, oh my gosh. It is ridiculous what is going on with that. And like, I just don't understand. Yordles are one of the most popular, like, form of champion there is, but you don't have... Most of them just don't have any, like, gameplay updates, or visual updates for that matter. Give Corki his fur. Silly Grandpa needs his fur. Like, what's the point of making him a Yordle if you're not gonna give him his fluffy little face? And yes. I mean, like, his kit overall is... Veigar's kit, like, looking at it for its base, ingredients of, like, having a stun and the mechanic is all pretty solid. It's just that, with how things are, it's just kind of all over the place. Honestly, I just really want more. I want Veigar, his voice actor from Legends of Runeterra, to, reprise his role, essentially, again. And, I want, like, a bunch of Yordle voice lines. I want Teemo and literally all Yordles to have good fucking character models. Because, like, seeing what they did for Tristana and Poppy is, like, mwah, chef's kiss. And, yes. Soraka and Diana being supportive of them, that is kind of cute. And, I mean, like, we could make a theory about how Corki is an actual small human that integrated into Bandal City, but it's very clear from the Don't Mess with Yordle short that Corki is supposed to be a fluffy, silly grandpa. It's just that League decided to fucking ruin his kit and then go, I don't know, here's Corgi. And, it's a really cute fucking skin, okay? But, like, it's not that fucking hard to give him fur, man. Like, you only had to, like, put in the fucking build tool in Photoshop and it would probably look alright. Another candidate for Corki's missing fur now is either being a hairless cat Yordle, or he just decided to shave. Which is... Both of those ideas are infinitely cursed. I just want my silly fluffy grandpa, okay? I love Corki so goddamn much. Even though, like, realistically, he's got literally zero lore to him. But, like, he's so silly, guys. He's so silly. He's just so fucking silly. And, that's the main thing that, people want. Silly grandpa. Let's see. Also, Kennen really needs an update, too. Like, literally, he's one of the most important characters within the whole Ionia plot or whatever, but they just keep on forgetting about him for some goddamn reason. It's really annoying, quite honestly. But, one day the Veigar update will come, and then he'll have more than 3 polygons to his name. He's gonna have 4. Let's see. I mean, like, I've been drawing Veigar, like, how I want his design to actually look. Also, like, in Wild Rift or whatever, where a lot of these character things are a little bit fixed or whatever, we still have, like, I just don't understand why they give literally every female champion these like, stick fucking heels. Like, Vi has them, Shyvana has them for her feet or whatever, but, like, you don't give the character that's the most obsessed about being tall and being a fucking villain high heels. You give him clogs. Like, it's just, like, put the fucking queer-coded Yordle in his goddamn shoes. Anyway, let's see. I would want more interactions with Poppy and Vhagar. I think that, like, in general, like, the older Yordles, like, the old generation of Yordles should be a bit of a parental sort of unit for Vex, because I think it would work. To me, Poppy and Vhagar, if they were to be shipped, which sometimes I do ship if I do, like, draw, like, Vhagar stuff or whatever, is, like, basically, I gender bend one of them or whatever, because it just reads a little bit differently, for me. I don't really exactly know what it is, but I think, the idea of, like an evil queen and, like, a humble, like, female heroine or whatever. I said the fucking same. Like, you know, an evil queen and, like, a humble heroine. Like, that's such a fucking cute dynamic. Like, you can't fucking lie about that, man. Like, it's really, really cute. And, yeah, I mean, like, in general, Poppy and Vhagar should have more lines, like, together in general, because they are essentially the exact opposite of each other in almost every way. Like, Poppy, like, you can see it in their base, designs. Anyway. Okay. It was nice seeing you, Golden. I hope you enjoy your night. What little there is left of it. Get a good sleep. All that. Thank you, for coming, and chilling for a while. I always like hearing what you have to say. It's fun. Let's see. As we continue here. But yeah, like, in, Poppy and, like, Vhagar's designs or whatever, you can tell the difference from a mile away. Like, Vhagar literally wears the most impractical, like, implements for battle and stuff like that. And that's kind of the whole entire point of it. Like, he's a wizard, so he doesn't really have to obey to the laws of physics all that well, that kind of thing. Alright. Welcome back. How's journaling? Hope it was nice. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's looking nice. Okay, I need to turn my blend brush way fucking down. Anyway, I'm glad it was fun. Let's see. It turned out ugly. I mean, you know, that's half the battle, really. Well, knowing's half the battle, but you know what I mean. I'm glad that it was enjoyable nonetheless. Let's see. Right now, I'm just trying to see how I'm liking this Sivir. And I think I am liking her a lot. Smoochability rating is increased. Something like that, I don't know. So we've gotten rid of a lot of exposed skin, but we're still keeping general like silhouettes and stuff like that the same. It's just all that. Like, listen, when it comes to female league champions, for me that's a factor. For some people, it's not. But for me, like, you know, she's the Battle Mistress. Okay, quick, what's Sivir switch ability? Fuck. I mean, she is pretty cute. Not gonna lie. But she's not exactly my type either. So, fuck. I don't even know what the smoochability scale is even on right now. I didn't even make up a metric. From 1 to 10, Sivir's smoochability is probably like a solid, like 6 or so. Like, she's above average. Like, I would be lucky to smooch her, but like, if I was in like a lineup, that wouldn't be like the immediate smooch I would go for. Okay. What's the other mother's smoochability? I tease you about it, but you know, it's all fun and games. $29. I mean, it is almost Mommy's Day. No, don't quote me on that. So that's something to look out for. I don't really know. Let me see. I feel like I'm in a weird Space Age movie, but I think it's actually kind of fun. Let's see. I think that the most smoochable person in our D&D party, like character-wise, is probably Reyna. I mean, she kind of seems like also very much kind of evil or whatever, probably. But she's such a baddie, though. She's such a baddie. I've got a very specific type I like, or whatever. I mean, like, wait, actually, now that I think about it, is there any female champion in League that has glasses? I don't... Is there any character with... Well, I mean, goggles aren't really glasses. I don't know. I mean, like, Elios is, like, a good contender because she's literally a bard. Like, that's kind of their whole thing, sort of. Not really. That's not for all bards, obviously, but, you know. Battle Principal Yumi? What the fuck? Where did this come from? Don't. Friar, please do not smooch the fucking cat, alright? Whatever you do, please, please, please do not do that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now I see what you mean. She is, like, one of the only, like, it's weird because she's, like, also just, like, a skin or whatever. But yeah, she. Alright, good. I'm glad to hear your confirmation of not being Shane Dawson, because we do keep out for troublemakers like that on here. That's not a. I hate the cat with every fiber of my being. Oh, I mean, maybe you should add. I don't know when I'm gonna actually stream it or whatever. Maybe like Monday or something. But I'm going to make a horror themed Yumi skin, so that'll be fun. I mean, Twitch, like, characters like Ziggs, Twitch, and Heimerdinger do not count. Because they don't have actual glasses. Goggles are something different. Okay? And that's what I'm gonna say. It's so fucking weird, honestly, now that I think about it. Because you would, like, think that at least one character would, like, at least rock something, you know, like, rock some glasses. It's not, like, uncommon. Like, that's so fucking weird, now that I think about it. No glasses wearing champions. I don't even know who would, like, be a good fit for glasses, really. Besides, like, the obvious, like, Heimerdinger, and stuff like that. Like, he would probably have glasses or whatever. I mean, like, yes, Battle Professor Graves does have glasses. Forecast Jana also, but, like, we're not really taking into account, like, skins, because they aren't really, well, you know, they aren't canon. And, I mean, like, Vayne, like, has a bunch of skins where she has glasses and stuff like that, but they don't really fucking count now, do they? Because Vayne fucking sucks and I hate her. No. I mean, like, she's, like, weird, like, she's so out of place. Like, when you look at her splash art, you would think it was from, like, some kind of Marvel comic or something. Well, a bad Marvel comic. I want, like, a John-esque champion. Very nerdy little librarian student style champ. I mean, that would be kind of fun. The new champion, John Doe. Fuck, suspicious as fuck, but also has glasses. Which is funny because John himself doesn't have glasses. Like, I never gave them to him. He doesn't have any problems with sights, but you know. Oh, yeah. Von Yip as a champion would be kind of fun. I mean, I'd kind of rather have Chip in the game. New champion, reject university student. I think that John would kind of be obliterated, but, you know. Also, he's pretty good at, you know, adapting to stay alive and stuff like that. So, I'm not sure about that. Anyway, Professor, you know, like, Von Yip as a champion would be kind of cool, but I would rather have Chip instead, because he is precious and I love him. But, I mean, that would mean that they would also have to, like, make a death animation for him. So, like, I guess, you know, it's, like, a good thing that he's not in League. New concept. Chip is an immortal being. He cannot get killed. He is like Scion, but cuter. And people like him. This is fun. Anyway, yeah, like a reject university student would be kind of fun as a champion. Oh, that would be cute summon for a reworked Malphite. really the only thing they, like, need to fix for Malphite is, you know, his stupid the thing where he, like, just fucking kills everyone. Fix that and his model, number one. That's the main thing you really have to fix about him. But other than that, yeah, his son should be there. Chip is adorable, and he deserves all the world. And, like, the victory screen, Chip's there, and he's like, "You did it, Papa," something like that. I don't fucking know. It would be so cute. And yes, Malphite's model is beyond atrocious. It's like, it's been dead for, like, years at this point. But, like, right, it's like, literally, all you have to do is move his fucking head up. Just move it up. Yes, it is ridiculous. If they wanted to go for, like an Easter Island kind of theme or something like that, it was not made at all obvious. So, if Riot ever comes out with that, I'm just gonna say, nah, no, you didn't do this on purpose. It was just because you guys were bad modelers and you've never fixed him. I'm so glad that Twitch actually has, like, a new model and all that stuff. It's weird because I never really see Twitch in games all that much. And it's just kind of all over the place, really. Because you've got amazing animation, and then you've got animation from the PS2. And honestly, it's just kind of jarring. You don't need new champions, Riot. You just need to... Well, I mean, new champions are fun. Don't get me wrong. But... Riot. For the love of God. Fix the ones you fucking have. Please, please don't add, like, another 1,200 dashes to the game. I mean, like, I'm glad that they, like, took... Like, they made Vex so that Dash champions would have, you know, a consequence. But still, like, it's kind of ridiculous. Let's see. Oh, I think that my favorite skin of all in this game is, well, it's a Fiddlestick skin. Which is really funny because Fiddlesticks back in the day used to look like absolute garbage. But they turned one of his, like, most stupid designs into the work of a genius. And honestly, it's great and I love it very, very much. And before they added the third wind brother, Yeezus, with 12 dashes and a revive mechanic. You are just describing Akshan. That's literally just Akshan that you just said. It's League Jesus. Akshan died for your sins. And you've got to live knowing that. Okay, guys? So... big ups to the guy. It's all so stupid. But yeah, my favorite fucking skin in this entire game is Union Jack Fiddlesticks, because it really touches on a fear that all of us have. British people. I'm glad that they really honed in on, like, making, like, Fiddlesticks scary. It's, like, a great way to go for his character. Fantastic. Also, Riot, if you don't make a Fiddlestick skin by the end of this year, there will be hell to pay. Like, that's not even, like, me really saying that. It's just, like, just a fact of life. Like, you promised us one, like, forever ago. You know, I wish that Kindred was cooler as, like, a champion. Because, like, their fucking design is so gorgeous. And I really like their take on, like, the whole Grim Reaper thing. It's just that, like, getting marks as them is just not really fun. It's just a kind of... Like, I don't even know how you'd fix that at that point. But I'm sure there's a way. It's just gonna be, you know, hard. Also, they should have really redesigned Aatrox. Recently, I discovered that he was supposed to be, like, his main region was Shurima. You would not be able to tell me in a million years that, like, where he was roaming was Shurima. Like, that's just... Oh, cool new plotline. Here. I've got one. Right at the top of my dome. Sivir, like, finds one of these blades or whatever, and they try to convince her to pick them up or something. It would be cool. I like the whole I have no mouth and I must scream aspect they did with these champions or whatever, but, like, Darkin just tend to look like demons. And, like, if they're supposed to look almost void-like, they didn't really do a good job with that either. But I don't know. Surprise Party Amumu might be your favorite skin. Because you see everyone else's face, but it doesn't register Amumu's face. Oh, that is sweet. Nobody ordered a cake. Get out. I also really like Surprise Party Fiddlesticks for that record. They keep giving skins to Amumu, and, like, I get it. He's kind of cute. Like, realistically, from, like what he's supposed to look like, he's very cute. But, like, he kind of needs a model that would support, like, all these, you know, contributions to his you know, repertoire here. Because, like, the little teapot Amumu and Hextech Amumu, they all have great, like, fun, like, character touches to them, but it's just kind of hard to read in game. Well, mostly because it's just, like, he kind of looks like an ice cream cone. Like, with a big, like, scoop of, like, vanilla on top. And then the body is just, like, boxy. He would kind of fit right in with, like, the old Final Fantasy games. And, you know, it's also just hard to, like, tell what he even is anymore according to lore. Like, is he supposed to be a Yordle? Because sure, he's got the proportions for one, but there's no indication or anything like that. Yeah, he's just a Funko Pop, really. That's his main thing. But, like, I guess a Funko Pop's easy to dress. Like Pumpkin Prince Amumu is, like, a very cute concept. It's, like, straight out of a Peanuts, like, episode or something. But, like, god fucking damn it, guys. Like, I just don't understand why you keep, like, doing this. They really need, like, help with that whole Yordle thing. Anyway, let's see. The main thing is that I don't like characters like Shyvana. I could give less of a damn of, but like, please, like, iron out what Yordles are supposed to be. Like, give Ziggs a proper character model. Like, give Lulu a proper character model. Literally give Rumble, Lulu, like, basically all Yordles that don't have a updated character rig, give them one. Just, like, literally they're, like, the funnest champions to, like, work with animation-wise, essentially, because they're, like, not exactly bound to, like, the laws of physics, essentially, because they're cartoony in nature. But it's just so sad, because, like, I see what, like, cool ass things they can do for characters like Tristana and Poppy. Like, they're all, like, lovely bouncing and all, like, it's lovely, lovely bits of character animation, but, like, it just only makes me want to see, like, Vhagar, like, have a model even further. Like, it makes me want it so bad. Like, the thing I do for Vhagar most of the time is where I do, like, a whole, like, Puss in Boots type of thing. Like, he's got his cape, he's got, like, a bunch of other things to him. Kind of looks like a mix between, like, a hero and a villain. Because that's kind of what he is. But, like, his hat's kind of really stupid, and I don't like it. So that's why I basically made it into, like, a cool, like, Carmen Sandiego hat, where it's, like, pulled down like a, almost like a fedora, but, like, a cool one. It's hard to say that with a straight face. But, yeah. It's, like, shows one of his ears and all that stuff. Because I think that a cool way of going about his character is that he's trying to hide his weakness, but he can't exactly hide from biological features of his own body and that kind of thing. So the cuteness still pops out and that kind of thing. And while he was abused and, like, tortured for, like, thousands upon thousands of years and that kind of thing, he found ways of dealing with that. I don't really think he needs the axe, but, like, some people really can't, like, live without it, so it's kind of a done deal there. But, like, him having, like, cut, raggedy ears, but, like, having some of the holes filled with, like, jewelry and that kind of thing is what I think Vhagar's main, like, thing is about, essentially, is, like, basically taking the trauma someone else dealt you and making it into a celebration of yourself and your accomplishments. I fucking love this music, man. This is what's going on in my head 24/7, chat. Oh shit. is this? Is this penis music? The fuck am I? Get out of here. Where the fuck am I? Ah. Okay, we've stopped the penis music. Onward we go to a very boring character. I hope I'm at making her more slay queen and less whooshy. But at the end of the day, it's just mostly about having fun. Yo, this shit goes hard. And your homie drops you a mixtape and it sounds like this. I suck with picking colors out by myself, but it's nice when I can just kind of go in and play around with the ones that exist already. Hi-hats make most songs pretty good. Let's see. Chat, what's your favorite skin? It doesn't have to be Sivir related, because I honestly didn't look up at her skins for this. I just looked at her like general lore and all the voice lines that she has. It's just, you know, get a clear like idea of what she's meant to be. I don't know, I was too busy staring at the Psyop Samira. Okay. We all love our vices. Okay. I think that's good. Well, not this drawing, but you know. We're getting there. Maybe. I don't know. Do yourself a favor and call this number now. Call this number now. Kind of cutie. Snipper. Sounds like a heartbeat almost. One day I want to like have an EKG at the bottom of the screen. And it doesn't fucking mean anything, but it's just there. Everybody, let's count our beats per minute. Alright, guys. Let's see if those blood pressures are at a normal range. Because we might be too chill on the stream. Sometimes you gotta be a menace to society for the society's sake. Seriously talking, yeah, Dark Cosmic Gin is just like, it's just like a masterclass, really. Like, everything about it just works so fucking well, man. such... Well, like, I mean, like, it's a give me answer, you know? But, like, I haven't actually looked at his spell effects now that I think about it. I'm happy with the ones that Shaco got recently. And, I mean, the Olaf one's kind of, like, alright, but, like, I don't really care. I'm sure the Broloff fans are happy. I wonder what will happen once Riot removes that skin from the game. I think that most of the Olaf player base will fucking leave. But, you know, I don't know. I can't, you know, say how loyal the Olaf player base is. I don't know. His story's good, but I don't really care all that much about him. Also, his, like, whole deal is not exactly unique. He's just like a Viking. But he does it better than Tryndamere is. And final boss, Vhagar. Oh, yes. That skin is so fucking good. Like, God. It's a legendary skin for a reason. Like, mostly because they gave him, like, an actually, like, decent voice behind him instead of someone shrilly shrieking at us. But, like, also, it just works so well. Because, I mean, like, final bosses did look like that back in the day. Where they were, like, basically a bunch of floating hands and all that. It fits really wonderfully. It's just that, you know, like... I wish that final boss Vhagar's quality was on par with everything else about him, but that's just not the case. He's like the only skin that you need to buy if you want to, like, listen to, like, be able to listen to him in game. Which sucks. It sucks so hard because he's my favorite fucking character, man. But, like, come on, man. I just... What the fuck are you doing? And yes, I'm glad that he, like, gets to be the main villain, too. Like, all his lackeys and stuff like that are, like, clearly defined and all that stuff. It's all pretty fun. Like, it's just a fun, campy universe in general. Like, he totally fits in, like, a lot of skin lines, to be honest. Like, and I just honestly wish that he was in, like, a lot of skin lines. Basically any skin line that I see that doesn't have Vhagar, I'm like, but you could put him in, though. Also, like, I think that, like, Astronaut Vhagar, it was the biggest slap in the face I've ever felt. Like, oh my god. You're telling me that the character that is perfect for a dark star skin, like a dark cosmic skin, will not be getting one. And instead of being a cool fucking alien, he's just an astronaut. Like, it's just such a, like, come on, man. Like, I did draw myself a Darkstar Vhagar to, like, make myself feel better. Loosely based off of Magalore and that kind of thing. But yeah. Like, it's just... Like, he fits so goddamn well for, like, almost any... Literally any of those kinds of skin lines. But no space groove, none of the cool fucking skins. You get the lamest of the fucking cosmic skin lines. Like, the only like good astronaut skin, I mean like Poppy's is okay, right? But like the only good one is Nars, because like he actually like gets to be an alien, and like I think that's so cute. Most of Nars skins are pretty fucking cute, actually. I'm gonna probably take a break here in a second and like get up and get some water, stuff like that. We're almost finishing up here, but well, no, not really. We're getting there. There's progress being made, but I'm gonna turn this to our AFK screen, and if you want to like get up and get some water or something like that, this would be the time. Something like that. I don't know. Alright, I'm back. Oh my gosh, this music's going fucking bananas. Alright, oh, Friar, I wanna ask something. Though you don't actually have to answer if you don't want to. Let's see. How did you find me? And also, know why did you decide to come or whatever. I don't know. Because honestly, I'm just interested on how, like, people are finding me. I was kind of surprised that people were subscribing to me even though I wasn't even live or whatever. Oh. Well, that's very nice of you. I'm pretty active there on Tumblr, huh? I'm glad that you are here now, or whatever. It's always interesting to find out how people, found you out, or something like that. At least for me, it is. Because it's also like a big first impression. And honestly, since I've known myself for like forever now, it's hard to really know how you come across to other people. I hope I'm still as much as a weirdo. Or whatever. I don't know. Weirdo is such a weird word to use because it's not really true. Oh. Drink your water, people. It's very important to stay hydrated. Let's see. Club music. My god. Let's see. With Sivir, there's not that much to talk about, really. I mean, we kind of went over most of it. I mean, like, her blood revived Azir, which, like, that's pretty cool. Like, her whole, like, wanting to be, like, basically a free spirit, not chained to, like, being a ruler is kind of interesting. But, like, I don't exactly care about characters like this. I don't really care about Jarvan the Fourth. It's kind of like a weird version of Garen. I mean, like, not like gameplay wise, but just in terms of what's going on. Like, you hate magic, but you also want to fuck the dragon lady or something. That's what's going on. It's just all over the place. The only, like, ruler character I like, well, they mostly all come from Noxus, if I'm being real. Like, because Draven is, like, fuck, he's crazy as fuck. Well, not crazy, that's not the word. He's dramatic. And I fucking love that. But, like, also I refuse to draw Draven because, like, it's kind of like a lot of work to draw, like, a weird man. Honestly, they should put more, like, heel wrestler behind that. Like, Ruined Draven just feels like a better version of Draven in general. But, like, I really like his, what's it called? His talk show host skin. I think that's fun. Because it fits him pretty well. Like, as a sports commentator. Let's see. Thank you, Legends of Runeterra, for existing, because without you, I would kind of be lost with what I was actually trying to accomplish here. What the fuck? Okay. That's probably why things weren't doing so hot there. Draven. W. You must have been terrified that one April Fool's time then. But yes. I mean, that's kind of what makes it funny, is how fucking horrifying it is. So I'm just in a, like, I like horror-themed things. It's quite fun, if I'm being real. I actually, I like suck at games, but, like, it's fun to, get scared, that kind of thing. Mostly because the monster stuff is pretty cool. But, I don't know. I think that I'll give her the same. Yeah, it's pretty fucking great. Also, I'm happy that he's, like, one of the, like, main, some of the most, like, beginner champions out there, but, like, he's not a Garen, and he's not, like, what's his fucking name? What's Draven's brother's name? Darius. He's not a Darius. Because Draven's mechanic is actually kind of cool, of catching axes and that kind of thing. What the fuck is this noise? Are you killing... Someone's killing iron golems over here. What the... Okay. Well, enjoy the music, peeps. Oh boy. Anyway, yeah, the massive head on him is pretty funny. It's also, like, just, like, a big joke about how inflated his head is. Very subtle. All that. Not like the heat. Like, it's weird, like, what Yone did to this game. I mean, like, Yone as, like, a character design is is pretty cool. Like, it looks pretty fucking cool. Not going to lie. He looks pretty fucking cool, right? But the thing is, his gameplay sucks ass. And he's... also, I don't really care that much about Yasuo. It's kind of just there, and he's just a Ronin archetype, and then they go and do that whole thing. Oh, yeah. You win... You win the game? What fucking game were you playing over there? Also, I completely forgot what I was talking about. I just saw the words in chat, I winned the game, and everything else became blank. Maybe it'll come to me. Who fucking knows? Yone sucks. Okay, yes. How do you like playing as Morgana, huh? It's pretty fun, right? You and your Lux cleared bottom and you won. Well, that's pretty fun. Maybe you would like Lux. She's pretty ranged as a champion. Don't get addicted over there, though. It's not fun. Like, when you gotta, like, take breaks is the main thing when it comes to League. You know, you get your win and then you just cool off. Every time they run away, you hit them with the R, and then it's like, die. Aw. I'm glad that you, like, found a decent Lux player out there. Well, I mean, like, it's solo queue, so, I mean, like, Lux isn't that hard. You would probably enjoy Lux a lot, because she's a ranged champion, just like Morgana is. And she also has a ton of fucking skins. She has so many goddamn skins. She only play when it's nighttime and you've got everything that you needed to do. I mean, like, that's a good rule of thumb when it comes to video games, I think. Well, especially ones like League. It's when all the British... Lux has quite possibly the most skins out of any champion. But maybe it's just because I'm, like, thinking about Elementalist Lux, which is the most, like, elaborate skin in the entire game, where basically it changes through, like, 17 or so forms or whatever, depending on the combination and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool, but, like, also, like, stop giving Lux and Leona skins, for the love of God. I mean, I guess that's what sells. Most skin per skin. I'm still not over, like, Talia, not Talia. I mean, like, Talia needs more skins, but Rel really fucking needs a High Noon skin. If Lux gets a High Noon skin, I'm gonna throw a fucking fit, man. Also, like, Sheriff Caitlyn and other High Noon skins that are, like, old really need to get revamped, quite honestly. Because, like, it's just kind of funny to, like, get, like, it's weird to see, like, mommy of all mommies, Senna, in all her battle gear, and then Desperada Cassiopeia's over here throwing snakes at people. I mean, that's really funny, but, like, listen, you can just make Cassiopeia more mommy, okay? Like, you can do that, okay? And yes, Rel should have gotten the High Noon Legendary skin. That's, like, I mean, like, I fucking love Leona's skin. Don't get me wrong. It's beautiful. It's got more, polygons than all the fucking Yordles combined. That thing is immaculate. But goddamn it, Rel is perfect for that, and also Renekton does not need to be blue. Like, Golden, don't. I mean, like, I'm glad that you're lurking. No, don't get me wrong, but you know, you should also get to bed or whatever. I don't know what time it is for you, but don't stay up too late or whatever. Like, I get, like, Rel honestly shouldn't have been introduced in the game in the first place, because, like, no one really wanted this kind of support. Oh, you're not sleeping soon. Okay, well, my mistake. But, like, if they just, like, made Rel into something else that, like, the game actually needed, then I feel like we could have some fun. like, Rel would not be a champion that is, you know, forgotten about. Like, yes, she probably should have been a top laner. Because, I mean, Mordekaiser is a top laner, right? And, like, that makes sense, like, you know, thematically, for her to be one. Like, she literally has, like, a lance and horse armor. Like, honestly, I don't understand how, like, you actually have to be negligent in order to, like, not realize that Rel, like, first of all, if she kind of, like, a pentakill skin for Rel, awesome. Like, but High Noon is, like, the, like, skin that she should have gotten. Like, oh my god. Also, Sivir should not have gotten the legendary for the Eclipse line of skins. That should have been Kale. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I just don't understand why Kale wouldn't get the fucking legendary. She's literally the Sun Eater. Like, what could you possibly, like, do in order for her to, like, not like, deserve that? Like, I just don't understand. And yes, I've got a lot of Mordekaiser art. Mostly because he's directly entangled in, like, Vhagar lore. So it's kind of a done deal for me. Mordekaiser used to be so fucking... Mordekaiser used to be so goddamn ugly. I love High Noon Mordekaiser's skin. And honestly, like, that should have been a legendary, but I don't care. And yes, like, I've been thinking about a biblically accurate Kale for the longest fucking time, man. And she doesn't get the voice line. She doesn't get the legendary. It's just... it's so, like, annoying. Also, she doesn't get her own splash art either. She has to share it with Aatrox. Like, if you were gonna do a joint one, then at least do a splash art with both of them separately. Like, that should just be the rule for, like, splash arts like that. Okay? Like, it's ridiculous. And yeah, the Be Not Afraid. Like, I'm like overjoyed that we got, like, a creepy looking Kale skin. Like, that's amazing. I love that. 100%. Kale's animations are lovely and all that stuff. I wish she didn't take off the helmet when she, like, leveled up or whatever, but, like, fuck it. I don't even fucking care anymore. Why didn't she get the legendary? Like, no one... Does Riot, like, not know that people don't really... like, they're not gonna spend money on, like, legendary Sivir. Who the fuck is spending money for legendary Sivir? How many fucking Sivir mains are out there? Like, it's just... you know, it just feels like you're cheated for things that, you know, should be, like, plainly obvious to, like, literally anyone with eyes. It is ridiculous. But, you know what? Whatever. We're gonna have some fun. Like, I think that pizza delivery Sivir and Cafe Cutie Sivir is pretty fun. Like, those are fun. Because you basically turned her weapon into a dinner plate and stuff like that. But, like... I'm not sure what Eclipse Sivir's weapon is supposed to be. It's, like, played kind of like a drum. Honestly, it just kind of looks weird. It would be kind of cool if it was, like, a reference to, like, you know, angel rings or something among those lines. That would be cool. That would be such a fucking cool concept. But no. Okay. It just kind of looks like a Doom enemy that you would need to pump full of lead. But, like, that's giving it a little bit too much credit. Because I actually kind of made it sound cool there. But it's not. Let's see. Hey, Patty, what's your favorite Yordle so far? Out of the ones that you, like, actually know the names of. And you don't even have to choose my favorite. It's, you know, it's your favorite or whatever that I want to know. And let's see. It's just nice to draw with some people in here, you know? It doesn't have the same, like, uncomfortable feeling as, like, when someone, like, stares over your shoulder while you work. Because there's no physical interaction. But, like, you're still having the fun of conversation. And Vex, I mean, yeah, she's pretty fucking fun. Like, also she, like, cancels stashes, and that's, like, a real big problem that they, like, solved through her. And that's great. We love you, baby. She's a teenager. She's pretty cool. She's the newest Yordle out of them all. And honestly, she does a pretty good job. Honestly, what I like further for next year's Lunar Revel skins or Lunar Beast skins, I know it'll be the year of the rabbit, so I'm on the fucking lookout for like a Vex skin. Like, because Teemo and Tristana already have Lunar Revel skins based off of the Year of the Tiger. But, you know, I think that, you know, having a Year of the Rabbit is, like, prime opportunity for Vex to, you know, actually get a cute, like, Moon Bunny skin. It would be really cute. Vex is pretty fucking cute, man. Way to die, normie. I feel like I'm in an early 2000s YouTube video, but it's not the same. I think it's because, like, this EDM is typically, like, with those kinds of, like, they're screen shaking, like, intros that YouTubers used to have. And I kind of miss them. And it's just kind of fun to be nostalgic about it. I figured that you would like Vex quite a bit, actually. I mean, she is kind of right up your alley. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. We have to, at some point, get together for a potluck or something. It could be called the Last Supper or something. Before our friend group leaves to go to different places and all that. It'll make me feel less worried, I guess. Okay. Some work in there for... Alright, we're gonna take that off. And we're going to see. She's looking more mommy by the second. Don't. You know, don't clip that actually. I think I made her look quite a bit like Akshan, but I think that's also for the best. Because, I mean, like, I think she deserves more. They just kind of threw Akshan at us and went, okay guys, see ya. You know, like, that's fine, Raya, but like, don't pretend that he's like actually that important. Ah, my gosh, what the... I do not like that. Alright, let's see. Is this nice? No, it's not. It's you.
Women like this.
Look. Fuck. No. Okay, I need to find something else. The fuck is... What the... Where the fuck am I? You know what? Whatever. We're going with it. I'm lost in, like, I don't know, hell. This is what comes on. And, you know, I think I deserved it. Probably. I'm not just an artist, I'm a menace to society. And that should be... Well, I mean, it's really a goal that, you know, you work towards. You know. Oh, I can fix him. Whatever is wrong with him is much funnier, okay? So, let's see. I feel like a scumbag for playing Pike, but I also like I love Pike so goddamn much. Okay, like just like chill. my head, I'm like, it's like, I was imagining, like, Kim Possible energy for this. I think that's the type of energy I, like, well up when we need, like, a confident, slightly acrobatic character. Because, like, it just kind of works. I'm the fuck is it? Okay, well, I hope everyone's having a good time. Because I'm certainly kind of confused. Maybe one day we'll actually be, like, confident enough to, like, have, like, a smidgen of our D&D campaign online. Probably not during this campaign, though. See. I was excited for Streamlabs, like, as a new, like, step forward for, like, technology for myself, but, like, I think I was just getting a little too over ambitious with it. Because it's, like, crashed on me. Not fun. Not fun at all. And seeing if that kind of thing would work. I feel like I'm at the start of some horrorcore rap. I guess this is what I asked for. But, you know, it's still... I feel like I'm going fucking crazy when I'm listening to this, okay? The madness madness invades. It's about League artist is drawing this weird Sivir. Because I want to get, like, something in that, like, at the end of the day, she still is great-granddaughter. But honestly, if anyone hasn't seen, like, those, like, any, like, Legends of Runeterra, like, interactions, you really should. They're really fun as fuck, okay? And we're basically done with Sivir here. I don't really know what else there is really to do. I mean, I would like to give her more bird-like traits, but it's kind of hard because I don't really want to make her a Vistaya. Like, that's not what she's supposed to be. She's... And, like... just kind of all over the place. Maybe. Maybe something like this? No. Fuck no. That. Okay. And if I do that, she'll look too much like Zion Rakan. I fucking love Rakan, by the way. Trisha, if you want to try out like a new ADC or whatever, then you should probably. I would say that Zaya is pretty fun. She's got like a long range thing with her feathers. Though I wish that her and Rakan were more like their own like separate champion. I mean, like, they are separate champions and you can play them without the other one being in game, but they're meant to be better together. But honestly, I really fucking like Rakan. Like, his gameplay is fun, like using the quickness to come over there and all that. Anyway, these redesign like videos themselves aren't really meant to be God, this is so okay. Okay. Boy, anyway, these That would be fun, but it wouldn't really fit for her character now, would it? I think that she's basically done, chat. What do you guys think? I think she's ready to, you know, steal some jewelry. Fucking kill Azriel. I don't know. She looks absolutely slay, pussy pop. Okay. uh, thank you. You know, we were going for the whole slay queen aspect. You know, it's very, very important. If we didn't have the slaying, what else would we have in this life of ours? I think this is where I'm gonna call it for today. I'm not sure when I'm gonna stream again. I kind of want to do it like during a weekday or something like that. I'll figure it out, and I'll keep you guys posted on Twitter and stuff like that. But for right now, I'm just gonna give you a good look here of her whole thing. See how she is. We've got her bandages. So we've got some practical boots. We've got gold, but not too much gold. I got rid of her weird Yasuo, like, guard she has on her shoulder. And, the streamers are optional, but I wanted to, like, really show that she's still, you know, her grandfather's granddaughter, you know? These things aren't too showy, but, you know, most of it's practical in its application. She looks kind of like a rogue, more like a thief than anything. And we've gotten rid of that weird fucking flap that she has that's always, like, bothered me on, like, a visceral level. That flap, like, shivers down my spine. Well, I guess it would send shivers down Sivir's spine. Okay. Stop me from talking, alright? She looks more like a mistress, like, more mommy. I mean, you can't get more mommy than, like Renata Glask, but, like, you can try. And, like, this Sivir and Samira definitely, like, are, like, lesbian rivals. Like, that's just how it works, okay? That's their vibe. I don't make the rules, but I do, and that's what I say is canon, okay? So, right now, I'm gonna probably head off, and, well, I'm gonna draw more, but, you know, I think I'm done for streaming today. I I'm glad that like a lot of you came and to like just enjoyed the stream in general. It's always just nice to, you know, be with community and all that stuff. I hope that everyone that's still here has an amazing night, and I'm gonna probably head off and stuff like that. There isn't much to do otherwise. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Alright. Yeah. I'm gonna go. Good night. You know, don't let the bed bugs bite. All that. My bed got fixed today, so I can actually sleep like a normal person. Anyway. See you guys. I'll catch you next time when we're gonna, I don't know, vote for a poll or draw Yumi. Anyway, goodbye.